everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do an anime review. Today I'll be reviewing an anime movie called Your Name. This movie came out in 2017 and was directed by Makoto Shinkai. The reason why I was drawn to this movie is because there is a large number of YouTubers who are doing reaction videos to this movie, and almost all of them, the thumbnail shows that they're like crying in reaction to this movie. So I was like, wow, all these people are like crying for this movie, and I cry really easy. Like, it takes almost nothing to make me cry, like when it comes to movies. So I was like, I have to watch this and see what this is all about. So the movie is about two individuals who continuously wake up in each other's body. There is a girl who wakes up as a guy and a guy who wakes up as that same girl. Now, every time they wake up, they realize that they actually lost time. So they basically are spending one day in their own body and one day in the body of the other person. So as time goes along, they kind of start to get to know each other through living in each other's body. They kind of start getting used to the fact that they are switching every other day. So they start to kind of formulate rules and boundaries to help each other live in the other person's body while they're gone. Over the course of time, they start to really learn to appreciate each other because they're literally living in each other's shoes. So they go through each other's hardships and they start to appreciate each other on a deeper level. Because they spent so much time in each other's bodies and they had gotten to know each other so well, eventually they do start to develop a desire to find each other. Now, this is where things get complicated because there's time warping, multidimensional traveling, magic, all kinds of interesting stuff going on. Now, I'm gonna do my best to keep this video spoiler free for you guys. So I am going to leave out a lot of the details so that you don't have the movie spoiled for you and you can just go watch it by yourself. The movie also revolves the fall of a comet that actually destroys the village that one of the characters lives in. The comet itself has this magical element to it that makes interesting things happen, so to speak. But of course, I'm gonna let you find that out for yourself. The two main characters of this movie are Mitsuha and Taki. Mitsuha is a girl who lives in a Japanese village. She lives in kind of a rustic, traditional life, basically. She has a little sister and she lives with her grandma because her mother recently passed away. Her dad is a politician and she has, some friends in school that play a small part in the movie, and she generally lives a good life, but she wishes that she could live in the city. Now, Taki, on the other hand, does live in the city. Now, Taki, of course, also has, some school friends and stuff like that, but there's a little bit less character development revolving around him. It's mostly around the main character, Mitsuha. You kind of get to know the two characters' personalities through the body swapping itself. You don't really know what their personality is like before the swapping starts happening because literally the first scene is about the body swapping. So you kind of get to know them as they're getting to know each other through each other's bodies. And some of the parts are really funny. Oh my god. Seriously, guys, this art is absolutely breathtaking. The art in this movie is just completely insane. Like, it is so good. It's definitely on par with Demon Slayer. Now, of course, Demon Slayer has that like old Japanese style that everybody really loves. This doesn't so much have like the old school Japanese style, but it's just so like, it's so intricate, it's so detailed, it's so, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just it's beautiful and it's breathtaking. And the scenery, like the detail in the scenery, just the nature, like the way nature is used to kind of signify destiny and spirituality. literally, like, if there's any reason to watch this movie besides like the love story behind it, is definitely for the art. Like, literally A+++ here. So the music in this movie, I felt like it was very fitting to the movie itself. I felt like it did a good job at kind of setting the mood for the different scenes. I wouldn't say that it's anything particularly amazing to where I'm immediately downloading the soundtrack and listening to the soundtrack in the background while I do stuff, because it's kind of like simplistic. I'd say it's almost kind of like 90s, early 2000s feel-good kind of music. It's very, very simple music, fits very well within the theme of what's going on. Nothing that I really would write home about, but no major complaints. Like, it pretty much fits the task at hand. Now, the ending to this movie is quite the roller coaster. I don't want to give away too much. Like I said, I don't want any spoilers in this video, but I'm happy with the ending. I will say there was a part like right before the ending that had me really tense, because it seemed like things really weren't gonna work out. And of course, with all the time warping and all of that crazy stuff going on, you really have no idea how this is going to end. But when it does end, it's definitely gonna tug at your heartstrings, and it'll definitely give you the warm, tingly feelings for sure. So my final judgment on this movie is, whoo, I love it. I love this movie. Everything about this movie is beautiful. I mean, just the art by itself, the breathtaking animation, and the love story, the concept of soulmates, and you know what I mean, and the comets and everything. It's just all together. It is seriously a wonderful, wonderful movie. This movie has a way of tugging at your heartstrings while also forcing you to mentally engage into the concepts of like time travel and what does it mean to be a soulmate, and how does souls work, you know what I mean? So I really enjoyed watching this movie. I think it's funny that the director himself is telling people not to watch this movie and please stop watching this movie, because apparently he thinks that it's not good enough, he thinks it's incomplete, and it doesn't compare to other movies. And I think that's pretty funny, because like, people love this movie, so I don't know, if I was the director, I wouldn't be telling people like, don't watch my movie. That's kind of weird, you know what I mean? But as far as I'm concerned, I loved it. Now, did I cry? I personally didn't cry. Maybe it's because I just had a feeling the whole time that things were gonna end well. I guess I just wasn't in a crying mood that day. I don't know, but I loved it. I had a lot of fun watching it. If you don't mind crying in front of your boyfriend and you love movies that have to do with soulmates, this might be your movie. Well, that's it for this anime review, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe and check out my Patreon for behind the scenes and bloopers. See you in the next video.